Hello. And this is I Bring It Every Day. And I'm Kelly. And welcome to, well, I'm going to call this today Mental Health Monday. And there's just a few reasons. Oh, no, you take your time, crazy population. I see you. I just want to read a couple of, actually, what number one, I just want to make sure I just explain kind of what's happening today. So today we're continuing the fun from OM Granny G's, OM Granny Squares, Ursula's channel, and we're content creators and yarn people. And what I like to do on Mondays is just sort of continue having a nice positive experience, flowing from Ursula's channel. And if you don't know me, my name is Kelly, and I'm a crafter. I kind of get into a lot of things, but I do right now. I'm sort of on a crochet and knit journey, and I've kind of been there for a little while. And I started my channel about a year and a couple of months ago. And so I've just been sort of hanging out in the crochet community, but others as well. And I just want to read a couple of positive quotes because I think that's where, when you're starting your week out, you really need some positive feedback to kind of get your juices flowing. So here it is. So these are some positive affirmations for the week. The first one is, oh, hi, Katrine. Good to see you. Thank you. And Racine, good to see you. But the first thing I'd just like to leave with you is that a goal is not to change who you are, but to become more of who you are at your best. And that's sort of, pointing toward this mental health thing. And also, connects to being a content creator and to being, just the best person that you can be in your life. It's always like life is a growth process. And a single thread of hope is still a very powerful thing. So when you're feeling down, you just have to have faith and a little bit of hope that things can get better. And remember that life's lessons are the greatest life's lessons are usually learned at the worst times. So usually when you're having a down period, that's when you learn the most. And then, let me see, I'll do one more thing. Be patient. Sometimes you have to go through the worst to get to the best. And so all these quotes in my mind sort of point to mental health and how important that is, because the YouTube journey is not easy. And a lot of people, I think it's easy, but it is not. And I invited someone here this morning, and I hope she's able to make it. But Panama City was talking about mental health last night. I didn't get a chance to listen to all of it, but she was on for a couple of hours last night talking about mental health and why it's so important to maintain that. Because I think social media really does play havoc on people's mental health. And this is my opinion. And, I want to sort of talk about that, but I also want to say, we're talking to content creators, and I also want to hear, and even if you're not a content creator, what your thoughts are in social media and how you maintain your positive mental health when it gets tough, because there's trolls, that happen and things like that. So anyway, that's sort of what I want to start about. And like I said, we're still working on our projects. And let me just say hello to a couple of people that popped in. So we have, let's see. Oh, we have Roberta's here too. Yay. Well, thank you so much. So just to start the beginning, we have Carol's Crazy Crochet and More. Thank you so much for coming. She's so sweet. We have Tammy Twyford. Good morning, friends. Flower Crochet Creations, aka Tammy. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, I'm Granny Square. She's here. And like I said, I like to surround myself with positive people. And that's really helped me personally get through this YouTube journey. And it's been awesome. So anyway, so I'm just saying welcome in everybody. And then I'm going to jump forward. We have Roberta S. Thank you so much for coming in. Good morning. And then we have the crazy poppy lady. Oops, I forgot. Let me jump over Racine. Oh, so she's eating lunch. And here's Racine with lots of tips. Good to see you. And thanks for sharing your time. How are you doing? Oh, thanks for asking. I am okay. You know, it's Monday. It's like sometimes Mondays can, like, I don't know. I've always had a mixed view about Monday. You know that there's a lot of music about Monday. And they say that a lot of like health issues happen to people on Monday because of the anxiety from the weekend. You know, they have to get back to work and things like that. Now, I'm very fortunate that I'm semi-retired. I'm not exactly retired, but I'm semi-retired. And so I don't have that stress of having to balance, you know, work and home and children. Like my kids are old. So my life right now is a little bit less crazy, but I've been through it. You know what I mean? As women, you know, we manage our jobs, you know, we manage our spouses, our children. You know, some people are content creators on top of that. There's just a lot going on. So I know that all this stuff, you know, affects your mental health. And then, you know, and then in life, you know, you have those peaks and valleys. And sadly, you know, you have to get through them, right? So anyway, so that's what I'm talking about today. And there's Katrin. Good to see you. Thank you so much. We got Loving Me some Tracy Anderson. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. And April Showers. Good to see you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming in. And then let's see. We got okay. Looks like the crazy poppy lady's here. And Ursula O.M. Granny Square will be coming. And we have hang on just a second, Poppy. We have King Morgan. Happy Monday. Nancy's Hooked on Crochet. Thank you so much for coming. Wicked Granny Pam. Hello. Let's see. My fingers are not working. I understand. I could not type to save my life yesterday. You're preparing breakfast, Miss April. Good to see you. We have Lydia. Good to see. Thank you so much for popping in. Yes, before you go to work. Yes, I understand. Thank you so much. You're a great supporter, and that's really awesome. But anyway, let's get to the crazy poppy lady. See if we can get her in here. Hello. Hello. So anyway, so that's what we're talking about today. Just a little bit of, you know, like the juggling of being a parent, a spouse, a content creator. Like, how do you manage all this stuff, Poppy? If you could, it is insane, right? It's a lot. You're insane.
I'm very much insane. I admit it. For me, it was a little. I've not had a very weird experience of it.
Yeah.
Have I got feedback? Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. You sound great to me. Yeah, you sound great. I don't hear anything.
When I first started my channel, it was during the UK's first lockdown in 2020. So for me, I had a teenage daughter at home, another one in uni, and a husband in his office. Okay. If he wasn't in his office, he was at his other office playing with computers. So for me, lockdown was good. It helped me get into a routine with the channel and with the family. As long as the house is clean and the family are fed, they don't care and they leave me to it.
Yes.
So that was that. And then when she had to go back to school for a short time, there were certain lives, like, I don't know if you remember right back at the beginning, I used to pop up on Ursula's and I used to say to her, oh, I can't do Friday because that's school run time.
Yes.
So I can't guarantee that I'll be there.
Okay.
So it was just a case of juggling, just like you would if you were if your kids started doing different groups or after school activities. You write it all out and go, okay, where am I going and what am I doing?
Yes. And I'm going to introduce Ursula. Ursula's here. Hello, Miss Ursula. Hello.
Hello. Hope you're doing well.
Awesome. Yeah. So anyway, we're talking about juggling life with YouTube and trying to maintain mental health. And if you know, and I'm just at some point, if you can kind of interject some things that you do to cope, you know, when you're feeling not your best. And
I don't go live.
Stay away from social media. If I don't feel okay here, if I feel I will not be good company today, I don't answer the phone, don't seek out company. until I'm at a better place where I can contribute to whoever wants to speak to me. So,
because the way I work it is, would I want to watch my own live if it was another creator? I can't stand my own voice, so the answer to that is I only watch it if I have to. But if I go on to someone's live, I'm going on there to enjoy their company. If they're if they're having a miserable day, it pulls me down.
Yeah.
Okay. If they're upbeat, a bit bat crazy, whatever. But if their lives are happy and upbeat, then I'm happy to sit there and listen or join in or whatever, like I do with you two girls. Even if the content's not crochet related, sometimes I join.
It might even distract you, isn't it? So
sometimes it is just a distraction.
Yeah. Sometimes I need to go live more than my people need me to go live. I need them more than they need me.
Yes.
Some days they need me to go live and just hang out with them, and the positivity and being with. I know that some days when I would feel low, let's call it on a low, and you don't. At my age, I don't know. Is it hormones? Is it that time of the month? Is it my husband? Is it the kids? What is causing this? Right. So then it's nice. If I don't go online on live streams, but then I would just go to other people's live stream in the chat and lurk more. Say hello and whatever, but lurk more. And I often feel that positivity. It lifts me up, and I'm like, yes, okay, life is good again. It's
even right back when I first started, I noticed how this was before I even started doing lives, which I very rarely do now. On my own channel, come to everyone else's.
Yes, that's okay.
But I noticed that there were certain points where I was starting to feel a bit, I've had enough of this. And any goal that I set, I may not reach in time.
Yes.
And I had to restructure how I thought about my channel.
So
year 2, I was like, right, okay, my goals this year are to get 3 people to make poppies. I think, it was literally, that was my goal, to get a certain amount, 3 people to make poppies each year.
Okay.
All right. And then when I finally got monetized, it was one day, hopefully, the money that I make from YouTube will cover the cost of the poppies.
The poppies, yep.
Well, of course, I was really lucky. I got that affiliated link. It's a shame that she's now closed her yarn store down, but I had that affiliated link.
Yes.
So all of a sudden, I could say, look, make yourself feel better, spend 30 quid on yarn, and I get a free ball of wool for the poppies. That was if you're in the UK.
Right.
So that was really good because her yarn was cheaper as well.
Yes.
Than what it was for other shops. So it's a bonus for my crazies, and a bonus for me, and a bonus for the Royal British Legion, and a bonus for the shop.
Yes.
So now I'm sitting there thinking, okay, what's my next step? What's the next goal?
Yes.
And again, I've got to keep going with the poppies for a bit longer because I've still got 17 balls of yarn up there that's labelled poppies.
Oh, so you have a few more to go.
Basically, there's another 100. That's another 1,050.
Okay, well, that's scary.
They're my beautiful crazies.
Got it down to a science.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Darling?
She's got it down to a science.
Yes, that is kind of scary, isn't it?
It's not the science of it. It's the fact that in my head, any money I made through that affiliate link was not mine.
Right.
It was.
No. What I mean is, you know exactly how many poppies you'll get out of the ball of yarn. That's correct. That's what I meant.
Yeah. I get 70, but for all I know, I could be getting 72 by now because I'm so tight with my ends. I don't leave long ends. I leave enough just to tuck it through three or 4 stitches.
Yes.
At the end of the day, if it falls apart, it means they're going to have to go out and buy another one.
Yes, that's good.
There's more money for the charity, and people half the time lose them between the first and second year anyway.
Right. No, that's awesome, Poppy. So can I interject real quick? So I'm thinking, so this is a good coping mechanism, is to give to others, right? So Poppy does the poppies for Memorial Day. Well, in the US it's Memorial Day. I don't know, about in the UK?
It's October the 11th.
So okay, October 11th in the UK.
Yeah,
but it's for the fallen veterans. So that's a cool thing you can do. And a lot of crocheters do that with the poppies. They do it with blankets and things they donate to homeless shelters. And
you'll have the homeless shelters. We've got girls and guys out there that make them for local hospital, make blankets and things for hospitals as well.
Yep.
And any local charities. And some have even started just making squares now and sending them to one person who likes joining squares together.
Yes.
And those are going out to the Ukraine or the other places that are affected with warring, so that people have got something to keep them warm and to know that they're loved and thought about.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go back to the chat, but Katrina is saying, so she understands that content creation does take a lot of time. And she's saying 5 to 10 times. It might be even more than that. But yeah, that's probably a good guess, guesstimate for sure. It's really challenging to make. I would say it's challenging to make decent content, like content that people will want to come back and watch.
Yeah,
and that's evergreen content.
Evergreen. Yes. I like your word, Ursula. I love that. I have to. I'm writing that down right now. Evergreen. Yes, and content that helps people, because that's really the whole thing. At least in my mind, that's what YouTube is. If there's something that you need to learn, you can pretty much look up almost anything, and there's always somebody there who's had experience.
With
whatever that
answering a question.
Yes.
You'll always find somebody that's got the answer that you need. Doesn't matter how out there it is.
Yes.
How strange it is.
It's always great. You know what I mean? So yeah. And then Katrin says, I will not allow myself to go on to other social media unless I am fit to socialize. And that's the thing with these live streams. I mean, see, for me, I love live streams. I really do. My husband, on the other hand, hates them. He thinks he sees no value. He won't say that, but that's basically what he's saying.
Then he's not lonely enough.
He's not lonely enough. He's not
lonely. Only the lonely.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
That's it. You get in no moment.
See, I think he thinks that we just sit here and some people do just sit here and about nothing. But I'm hoping that we can give people some meat. We're trying to feed the people a little bit today.
Yeah.
Feed your soul.
Social. Yes. Social interaction, right?
Yeah,
I mean, loneliness is an epidemic. So if we can, when people are on a live stream social like this, it gives you that feeling like a bit of normality is what you get out of it.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not the only one that feels like that. Okay, someone else also feels like that. So yes, I just, maybe women need it more than men. I don't know. Maybe some women need it more than some men.
Experiments out there for that.
Well, it's funny. My karaoke people are all mostly males. Not all, but a lot of them. They're very, very male.
Years ago, when my husband used to drag me to karaoke, I would say at least 89% of them were male.
Absolutely.
And the only women that got up were the ones that could sing, or the ones that were used to close the pub at the end of the night.
Yes. I understand. Yes. But anyway, that's the thing. So thank you, Ange, Budget and Debt. Thanks for coming. And I also missed, there's Sabrina's here. Yay, Sabrina. So anyway, we just want to make sure I let you, reach you all in. Because I don't have Nightbot running right now, so...
He's not going to stalk me.
I have to make sure I'm on live
It's
chat.
up to me. Yes. Yes. So I think we said hi to everybody. Oh, you love the lives, but if I'm feeling gritchy, I turn my keyboard off. Yes. And because I think one of the etiquette rules of lives that's really tricky for me is I want to come in and say hey to the host, but then when you do that, then you feel like you have to be in there chatting. But you can't always do that. You know what I mean? So it's really tricky. I don't know what the balance of that is. How do you balance without making
I don't think you have to.
You say, hi, everybody. I'm here.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my live streams, people come up and they actually say, I just came up to show you this thing. I want to say hi to everybody. I'm going to be back in the chat. And that's it. They literally have their 5 sentences to say hello and then show whatever they wanted to come and show us, and then down they go, because they don't want to sit there wherever because you have to have lighting, the right light to show whatever. And
it's true.
I mean, and you have to, it's just a little bit more complicated when you're on the live than when you're lurking.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah. So Nightbot for me is being difficult, but I think I fixed most of it, but I still have a little bit of work to do on that. But like what I want to do is, hello again, Bonnie. Hey, Bonnie's got knits and more. Good to see you.
Hello, sweetheart.
Good to see you. Yeah. So anyway, so my husband doesn't understand that as yarn people, we can show our work on a live. It's much easier. You know what I mean? And then other people can give you feedback, and it's live. It's genuine live feedback instead of like a comment. I mean, comments are okay, but like I think
on the flip side of that as well. Sometimes with the comments,
the real-time feedback is great.
Right. Can be great.
I love my feedbacks, but sometimes if I'm in the wrong mood when I read a comment, I think it's coming across wrong.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I've read it. You got to please remember I am dyslexic, so sometimes when I read it, I get words run the wrong way anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll sit there and I read it and I go, I don't like what they're saying. So I click off of their comment and I'll go and look at another comment. If it happens a couple of times, I'm like, it's in my head today.
Yes. Oh, okay.
I walk away, I do something else, and then I'll come back to the comment later and look at it with fresh eyes.
Yes. Yeah, that is tricky. I mean, because sometimes you don't get positive feedback. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Let's get both sides of that, right?
I had a comment saying, what was it? It was on a video from about 2 years ago where I popped to a yarn store, and they went, "Well, the colours you've got in your shop are different to mine. I went in yesterday." On my title, it's actually dated because I've started dating these things.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I do that too.
And I said, I'm really sorry, because they were like, it's not the same. You shouldn't be showing stuff like that's wrong and all the rest of it. And I said, I'm really sorry, darling, but this is like 2 years old. Oh. This is old content that you're watching.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
interesting.
Okay. I was like,
very interesting.
Yeah. Sometimes it's down to the approach. It's like I always leave any comment. Whenever I put a comment down on my own channel, it's always a hug and a kiss at the end.
Yes, that's great.
I use emojis a lot to try and get people to understand that what I'm saying is meant either where I'm laughing or I'm shocked or whatever. I try and use an emoji.
Okay.
Put in with that as well.
No, that's good. Okay, so let's see. So Bonnie's here. Bonnie's got some more. She's saying hello again. And Darcia White is here. I'm going to make sure I say hello. Welcome, greet you in. Here we go. Come on. There we go. Yay. So then, also Bonnie's been busy. She's finished during Ursula's 3rd of 6 blankets now, thanks to Poppy starting an elf hat 3 of 6. So she's busy.
Blaming me, woman. You shouldn't have shown them.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, you should say, Poppy, guilty as charged.
Oh, yeah. Yes, no, I said that earlier in Ursula's. I'm trying to change up my speech from different lives.
Hold up. Yeah, so the key thing is, Katrine, to maintain your mental health. If you're not feeling well, just get off. You have to, nice hat. Beautiful. Get off of social media. Get offline. Yes.
I like it.
I love it. Bud Files.
I must tell you, I put a head on like that now.
Yes, I'm going to put you big.
I'll start perspiring in rivers.
Yes,
I will do in about 30 seconds. I'm going to match the color of the screen. I'm going to be pink.
I'm going to make you huge. Here we go. I love the hat. Let's check it out.
There we go. Nice. So this is the one from Reggie at JHook Crochet. If you pop over to my channel later, I've got a video that's called Tried and Tested, and it's it's labeled Christmas patterns, I think.
Okay.
Where the links to this are in the description box.
All right.
Makes life a little bit easier. Sorry to make people jump here, there, and everywhere. Or if you're on Ravelry, jump over to Ravelry and type in Reggie's name, and hopefully it'll come up.
Yes.
But yeah, it is.
Anyway, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. You can put it in if you have access to the link.
I'll go searching. I'll look a bit glazed for a few minutes.
But take your time. Take your time. It's all good. All right. So anyway, so Bonnie loves Poppy. You're never going to live it down. So anyway, so that's kind of what we do. So and for me, my crafting, although I'm not a huge crafter, I've just been sort of knitting and crocheting just for the last maybe 5 years, pretty steadily. But I've just, I just start making things, and there's no rhyme or reason half the time, why I make what I make. I just sort of make. If I see inspiration somewhere, I usually just go, oh, let's try this, or
yes.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. But anyway, I'll show you what I'm working on now. This is a pretty. This is not real exciting, but we'll show. I'll show mine. Then we can all show you. We saw poppies. So I'll do mine real quick. So this is a baby blanket. My husband has a friend who just had a baby like last week, or probably now 10 days ago. And I'm getting there, but it's not real fast. So it's a girl. So I just doing this little.
Love it.
I made it real big.
Stitch? I love the stitch.
Yes. So I like it because it doesn't have holes, and this is a newborn. So I'm, like we were talking about that on your live stream, Ursula. So that's what I'm working on. And then the other thing is I'm making this, Ashoka from Star Wars. And they have these little appendages that come out of the back of their head. So anyway, this is I started this for my husband. He's like a Star Wars nerd. But
I told my husband about that. He said, "Do not make me one, otherwise I will divorce you. So can I have the pattern, please?"
Sure, no problem. Anyway, I'll okay. So Miss Ursula, what are you working on? Let me get you. We saw poppies.
No, I actually was in my life. It's so hot today. I cannot touch any acrylic. So what happened is I pulled out, and it's in order now. So I can't really pick it up here, but it's all little balls like this because it's 4 or 5 diamonds in an interlock blanket. So I'm starting over. Not intimidated, but starting over. It's got to be right. The pillowcase.
Yeah. It does. Yeah, that's great. Pillow cover. Nice. So, and then Catherine says, sometimes I just comment with a hello. I don't really have anything to say, but I have, let's see, it's something YT bots. I don't know what she means, but she's saying, she usually just says hi. I think that's it. Yeah. And anything. Yeah. As long as you type something in the chat, like once or twice, it's good. Yeah. And then, comment. Yeah. Yeah. So adding a comment. Yeah. Yep. And then ads. Oh, there's an ad. Yeah, see, YouTube's playing around with the ads. I have no idea.
YouTube sent me a notification. It was either last month or the month before.
Yeah.
And what they're saying now is during lives, they will be putting up ads that run whilst the live is live, not just when the live is on repeat.
Yes.
Now, if you're running through the YouTube studio, you can, the creator, I should say, if we're running through the YouTube studio, we can actually time them.
Yes.
Or we can put every 15 minutes, 25, whatever. Okay, so we can put this time limit on. It's not actually 15 minutes, it's 14.
It's an odd number. Yeah, and I saw that and I went, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with that. Yeah. So I'm just letting YouTube do it.
And in theory, we can knock it on the head, but it does depend on whether we're using the thing or not. And of course, we're on Restream, so Kelly has no control over it.
Yeah, not really.
And I know I wouldn't have any because I don't use the YouTube streaming service.
Oh, okay. Now, let me just say hi. We got a couple people here. We have Drini just came in. Hello. And she's saying hi. And we have Shatika Woods. And let's see. She said, happy Monday in crochet and knitting. Yes, thank you so much. And we have Aisha's Handmade Items. Welcome in. And thank you, Miss Drini. I think she's talking to one of us. I don't know which one. Somebody, we'll take it. Let's see. So let's see. Beautiful pattern. Oh, awesome stitch. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I somebody showed me this stitch and I've been doing it every time. But then Juanita made one that was pretty cool also that I want to try. Dinky Jen's here. And okay. Sabrina said she watched Star Wars. 2, the second one. And she's going to do the next one. Okay. Yeah, my husband's really into it. I watched the first 3 and then I kind of stopped. Like, I'm good.
But are we talking the first 3 that came out in the cinema in order of made?
Yes.
Good.
That's how long it's been. Yes.
I'm a nightmare. You watch them in the order they were released. You don't jump to the last ones and then jump back because then it ruins the big reveal.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Oh, she forgot to come back. Oh, Dinky Jen was counting. Yeah, I understand that. We got wellness with Frugal Mama. Welcome.
I was also counting, so excuse me when I was looking down.
No, you're
because
fine.
I realized
your mouth doing. I can see you nodding the numbers, so I knew that's what you were doing.
We figured you were.
I do it. So.
I counted 1 diamond and then realized, hey, you need 5 diamonds.
Yes.
Continue.
You got to keep going.
11, not just 11.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to work on. I'm going to do the scheduling with the ads. Just today, what I've been doing lately is just setting up the live stream, saving it, putting a description in some tags, and then boom, I'm on.
For anyone that doesn't know, it could take you something like 20 minutes, even if you're a fast typer. It can take you over 20 minutes to set up for your live.
Yeah, it takes a little while. So that's the tragic. It's very tragic. But anyway, yeah, there are a lot of ads, I know. But I mean, the only good thing, like I said, for a lot of us, I mean, since I don't have a real job, this is all I have. I hate to say it like that, but this is my income at this point.
Mine's not enough for an income,
and it's not really even an income, right? But it's a nice little addition. Yes, and in the comments help the content creators for sure. Helps with the algorithm, so they say.
Same with the thumbs up, because then, especially during the live, thumbs up notifies the little algorithm bots that actually we're here and we're getting interaction. So if we're getting interaction, then we're likely to tell people about us.
Yes. So anybody in the chat, if you're a content creator, we're sort of for the people just coming in, we're sort of talking about juggling, maintaining your mental health, doing YouTube as a content creator, and managing all the other stuff, like the life things, like the house, the spouse.
Yes, because you still have a life outside of YouTube. Yes. I mean, even if you are like me, old and unemployed.
Yes.
Not retired yet. Too young to be retired, but just old and unemployed. I still have. That's why I have limits. I put it in boxes, right? So if this is like we're Monday, I know I'm on YouTube until a certain time. Then I go off because then it's the husband and the child. Just one child at the moment. The other child is not at home at the moment. So yes. So then. And if you do that, if you keep things in there, that's what with me. If I keep them in their boxes, then it sort of keeps balance. It gives me balance.
Yeah.
Especially to give yourself a day. I give myself 2 days a week off that I don't have to go on YouTube at all. At all.
Yeah. That's very wise. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I usually, I swear, I think I do one day. But I need to probably be better at scheduling because I think like Ursula seems to be the most unstressed YouTuber that I know.
The thing is you want to, when you have a live, you want to bring positivity and energy. Well, where must you get the energy? You got to recharge. Where do you recharge? You've got to find your place where you recharge. What recharges you? Because I find. I mean, I did. And I think it takes time to get the balance because, I mean, in the beginning, I was working so hard on my channel while I was still having a job and the channel, and you wanted to grow. And it's like my husband was saying, he called me Mrs. YouTube. So, because obviously because he felt like you're on YouTube all the time, but he doesn't realize it's a lot of hard work. It is hard work in the sense that it takes a lot of time.
Yes,
it's lovely because it's crochet. And another thing is I say to myself, remember my first year on YouTube, I said to myself, my goal for that year was be kinder to self because I am my worst critic. So I really set out to be kinder to self. So anytime I want to criticize myself, even after I've done it once, I catch myself and say, wait, if this happened to Jessica, my daughter, what would you tell her?
Ooh.
And then, because I would be kinder to her and I would be more encouraging and more, because you don't want to squash her spirit and you want to help her. You want to help her basically. So I say to myself, okay, what would I say to me? So I now need to be as Jessica as to me. So get the balance right. Just the balance is very important because you don't want to get unhinged here on YouTube.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Come when you're recharged and whatever. And I think people see it when you on your live stream and I have been on a live stream. I think probably I do 2 live streams a week. I think probably 2 weeks ago I came on a live stream. I think it was a Friday and I was tired.
Yes.
And I wasn't not kind, low or whatever. I was literally just physically tired. And I looked back at that live stream and I'm like, I didn't say, because sometimes even if you're low emotionally or physically tired, you maybe should say it so that your audience knows if you're not as chirpy today, it's because you're maybe whatever. Say what's going on in brief.
Yes.
Just say what's going on.
That's right. Yep. Yeah. So I think, and that's why I wanted to talk to you and have you share this with everybody, Ursula, because we've talked about this behind the scenes, and I don't think a lot of people really realize how much thought you put into a lot of this stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's easy just to hit that live button and just go, but like you know what I mean? You have to have.
Yeah, if you want standalone content, you need to work at it and then understand that sometimes those videos are going to take off and in my case, I'll get more than 20 views.
Yes.
And sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's a slow feed. And
sometimes with me, it's even a -1 and I'm like, really?
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You get a -1.
Oh, I know. It happens. Like I have a couple of -1s. I'm like, seriously?
Yes.
Okay. That's my new. No, that's not my new challenge, to get a video with a -1.
No, you don't want the -1. But anyway, but Linda's saying, hi, Linda, by the way. Yes, balance is the key, Ursula. Yes.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the thing that a lot of new YouTubers don't see. Because it's funny, like when you're new on YouTube, it's really exciting because you've never done it before, and there's so many new things you're learning, and you're meeting all these people, and it's awesome. But like there was a content creator who said to me, so at first I wasn't really planning on trying to monetize, but then I said, man, I'm doing all this work, I may as well monetize. That was kind of like my attitude. Right. Like originally I wasn't really thinking about it that much, but I said, you know what, maybe I can do this. Like I hadn't really thought about it, but then I thought about it and I said, okay, yes, I'm going to do it. That's going to be my goal. I'm going to try to monetize. And, and kind of figure my way, through that whole, process and everything. But the thing that was funny was somebody said to me, you're one of those live wires. And I realized, so my content is very, very short. Like I was doing not short content, but not long enough to get like a ton of hours and hours and hours. So so when live streams became more popular, I started doing them, and I was always trying to do sort of like what we're doing. We're hanging out, we're creating, we're talking about, yarn and crochet and things like that, and knit. And the thing that was really sad was I could never get people to do it like regularly. You know what I mean? It was just like, because we're always like crocheting, knit or crochet.
Committing.
Just committing, and not necessarily doing a schedule per se, but I was just like, hey, we're sitting around doing this anyway. We should just do it together. Like, let's just do it. But anyway, I couldn't get anybody to do it. Right. It was kind of weird. So anyway, but the long story short was this project.
She bashed me over the head, tied my legs up.
Yes, I did.
Me to her house.
I made you.
I'm locked in a cupboard under the stairs.
Yes. In the sweatshop making those puppies. But anyway.
I didn't say that.
But anyway, but the thing was, like, this person said, well, you keep going live. And I said, but that's the only way we can bring all these people in. You know what I mean? Together. Like, you know what I mean? Because we're in different cities and different countries and continents and all these
time
things.
Zones.
Time zones. Like, it's everything. Yeah, it's everything. So this for me made perfect sense, But anyway, but this person was like yanking my chain. They were like, you go live too much. I said, yeah, but I'm at least trying to make content that's like useful, like, you know what I mean? Or just talk about, the crafting and tips and things like that. Like Racing's lady, she was doing tips, and then I had people come on and spin and do things like that, which I thought was cool. And I would love to do more of that. So I'm putting that out to the universe.
Oh, I love it.
I know. Like, I think that's all so cool. And people like to watch crochet, like Ursula does, watch me crochet. You know, people like to watch that. And so that was
I like to watch people crochet.
Yeah.
I mean, it lifts me up to sit and watch someone crochet. It's even in a live stream, just to sit to watch someone crochet is so calming to me. I mean, and I mean, let's just put that on steroids and turn what they're crocheting into a granny square, and it's like, yay!
Yeah, and that's her favorite.
That's just me. That's just personally. So,
anyway, so let's see. So Dinky Jen says she takes Saturday and Sunday off. I like it.
It's not a bad one.
Yeah. And then let's see. Everyone's saying hi. And then Ami Jane says, on the day off, Ursula takes me to the doctors. Oh, okay. She goes with, okay.
Yes.
You go
because
together.
We are friends outside of YouTube. And whether, I mean, I don't have to watch her videos. She doesn't have to watch my videos. I most of the time don't even watch her videos. So that is what it means when you're friends outside of YouTube. It's like, it's as if that person doesn't have a channel. You're just friends. But what is nice about having a genuine YouTube friend is that you, who is a content creator, is that you can bounce ideas off them, especially if your content, if your content differs. I mean, there's not that they don't have to worry that you're going to do something they're going to do, or they're going to do something you want to do.
Ideas and vice versa.
You can just bounce ideas. Poppy and I mean, all three of us, our content differs a lot. So I'm a crochet channel, Poppy's crochet channel, but we don't do the same stuff. I don't do what Poppy does. It's not my thing. I don't do what Kelli does. It's not my thing. I just do my stay in my lane. I do my thing.
Yep.
I haven't got a thing. I'm bored of the thing.
Yes.
No, you know what I said to my husband? I said to him, the last thing I want to happen is for crochet. That is my happy place to turn into something I now hate to do because it's a quote unquote job.
Job.
You want to. That's why the balance is so important to me as a content creator, because I must still enjoy it. It must stay the happy place. Because I mean,
same
if
here.
this is your happy place and you don't have other happy places and you ruin this place, where are you going to go? Thing in the trees in my yard.
Yes. Yeah, that's good.
I love being able to batch make videos.
Now you're smart. That's a good idea. So absolutely.
It's like I do a lot of I do a book review every week until my library runs out, and then I'm stuck. Okay. Yes. But so I like to batch those, which normally means I can make 3 to 4 videos in a day of those. Now, sometimes they're only 20 minutes long, 20 to 30 minutes maximum. And yet that takes me a solid 8 hours.
Yeah.
But can I say, that's a good idea. Plus, that frees up other time to do other things. Because that would be like your day of filming. So I had days where I would say, okay, usually on a Sunday, I would like to do filming, just filming, not tutorials, but filming, because life is quieter on a Sunday, and I can slot it in between activities. My husband loves to watch Formula One. He loves to watch sport and stuff. So he's out of my way. My son is doing his thing. Jessica is not here. So it depends when it's a good time for you. So when you do your filming, like she does you do bunches of it, or you do 2 on a day, say it's a weekly thing, and you can do today 2 or 3. You've got 3 weeks video that goes out. Depends on how often you post. But that is definitely a good idea, Poppy.
Yeah, that's definitely a good idea for sure. Oh, go ahead, Poppy.
Yeah, normally Mondays is filled with Lives with You Girls. Tuesdays is normally when I will try and batch film something.
Okay.
So it'll either, if I've got the books to do it, I will try and do some of the books. Wednesday is normally a bit of editing for that. And that's my computer time. I try not to spend all day up here, because otherwise the dog doesn't like
admin.
it.
Computer time, like admin. Because I also feel like I give a whole day
Yeah.
If I give a whole day to do admin, I have done a month's admin in one day, but it takes the whole day.
It takes the whole
admin
day.
That's going to be scheduled to be posted for a month or the next 5 weeks. But you just do the one day and you're done, and it's
my family know my booked in day is a Friday. Do not disturb me on a Friday. That's when I normally record my whip spits and chat for Sunday.
Okay.
So it's like family and friends don't text me, they don't Facebook me, there's nothing. It's like Angie doesn't exist on a Friday.
Wow. Well, listen, you guys. So we've already talked for 45 minutes. Oh my goodness. So I want to let's summarize this just for everybody who might be coming in. So anyway, so my idea of today's live stream was just to talk a little bit about maintaining mental health on social media, YouTube specifically, and how to juggle, all the things that you need to do to be a content creator. And then I just wanted to give everybody just some positive affirmations, so that you can start your week out on a positive note, and just, give yourself grace, give yourself rest, make sure you eat well and take care of yourself, and get a little bit of exercise. I'm gonna be very, very kind to yourself, And so anyway, but Poppy and Ursula have given some of their tips that they're using that helps them balance out, because we all have, spouses, children, homes to maintain, and things like that. And then all
the good things you want to keep.
You don't want a divorce. That's correct.
Well, no, pass over, Kel. Give me the pattern, woman.
Yes. Yeah.
But, and another thing I would say is, because I'm able to batch them, and I've got certain days that I will film. It means then by the end of the month, when I'm starting to lag and I'm starting to get drained, I can shut down for a week.
Yes.
In the house, I don't have to do anything apart from that one whip spits and chat.
Yes.
So definitely go down that route. But then on the flip side is, if you're just a viewer and you're not enjoying the content, please remember you don't have to watch it. Move on to the next one. Don't feel guilty because on that day you don't feel like watching someone's live.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point. So I apologize for the ads. I'm going to have to tweak the ads, Darcia. I'm just going to make a mention of that. I'm going to have to see.
Did it call her again?
Yeah, well, I just got one on my phone. I'm like, so I'm sure somebody else got one too, because I'm looking at the chat in two different places.
But are they when they get an ad, do they miss out on something? They don't miss out, because after the ad, will it not continue where it
left off?
It'll continue where it left off.
When you've caught an ad, you'll be a few minutes behind everybody else. So from this point on, I think as creators, if we're running a competition where people have got to put their name in, we're going to have to remind them to refresh first.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
that everybody's in the same boat. Otherwise, it's not going to be fair. Yeah.
So anyway, while you guys are here, I just want to also thank you so much for your time, because you can spend your time anywhere, and I'm glad that you like to hang out with me. So I really appreciate it. And like I said, because a lot of us are women, and we all have these things that we have to juggle. This is really good. And then let's see, Katrine said, there has to be time to dedicate to family, sleep, housekeeping, grocery shopping, and the job. Yeah. And that's what I think, like, in general, life is very, very hard to juggle. Life is hard, it's not easy for a lot of us here. You know what I mean? There's always some challenges and things like that. And so I just recommend that you like I said, take care of yourself, and just give yourself time. Give yourself time. Everything happens in life in its own time, and to be patient. You know what I mean? And I know I have to say that to myself. Just like in terms of YouTube, like my growth is like, it's up and down. It's all over the place. You know what I mean?
I'm lucky. Mine's a slow,
very, very slow.
2 or 3 people a week, but it's still growing.
Still growing.
And I'm happy with that, because they spend time on the channel.
Yes.
And they spend time interacting with me.
And that's beautiful. And that's the beautiful part of YouTube that I enjoy also. You know, we really get to know people like more or less, you know, as well as you can, you know, online and in these chat rooms. It's awesome. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then Nancy said she stopped making videos. I know she used to have good videos. Hold on, let me find your
No, but she's a grandmama now. She's
yes. Hey, she spins.
Yes.
Hello. But anyway. Okay. Darcia likes to see people crochet. Nice. Knit, quilt, and make home decor. Rochelle Vanderpool, good to see you. We have Joy. I just want to make sure I got everybody in there. And then, Katrine's saying, Poppy, once you reviewed your whole library, could you start comparing it, contrasting? Oh boy, she's asking a lot. But that would be
actually, in a way, I have got an Aragurumi video coming up where I'm comparing the way that the books are written, the styles that are written.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, I can, but of course, the majority of the books on there are actually library books now, rather than what I've got on my shelf.
Okay. Oh, and then so Dinky Jen says she likes lives better than replays. She enjoys listening to everyone on the panel and seeing what they make. Yeah, that's me too. And replays for me catch up on important content or past time. If it's a non-craft channel. Yeah, and there are a lot of ads. I don't know why they're really killing these ads. I'm going to have to definitely time these out better. Oh, great topic. Thank you. Wellness with Frugal Mama. Always a pleasure to see you. Oh, yeah. And then let's see. Oh, okay. Sabrina has to go. And thanks for coming in, Nancy. But Nancy said she stopped making videos. Here we go. I want to put this up. I wasn't doing it to make money. I like to share my work. I post what I make on Instagram. It's for me to look back and see the things I make. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. Yeah, like I said, I didn't really think the monetization I really didn't think it was that possible. You know what I mean? It's really interesting. Like I said, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I started, I was kind of like,
when we started though, the bar for monetization was a lot higher.
Oh, it was terrible.
With the amount of people that we had to have subscribed, and then the amount of hours that we had to have, and that we had to have got within the year and keep on above it.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I think that's what helped people realize whether YouTube was something that they wanted to do, because they'd have spent a year doing it.
Yes.
If they'd hit the monetization or they were close to it, they'd be like, go on then, I'm going to keep this going. But if they didn't manage it, they then took a step back and had a look and thought, is this for me? Whereas now YouTube have dropped that down quite a lot. I'm not too sure what the new rules are, but it's a lot easier to get that first 500 subscribers. Although it sounds strange, me like us saying it or me saying it, it's easy to get your 500. It's not easy to get your 1,000. So of course you've got your 500.
That is interesting.
You've got
that you
all
say
of that momentum that you're throwing in.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that the newer channels that are coming in are burning out a lot quicker than what our older channels were. Also, because they're putting all the emphasis in straight away.
That is interesting. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, I see that.
But don't you think that I'm talking about? You say the word burning out, which means, is that equal to giving up? You mean giving up, or quitting, or saying this is too difficult. I'm not going to spend more time with this because it's too difficult. So to me, if someone is new and they think like that, then I would want to say to someone who's new, remember why you started. Go back to why you started. What was your original vision? So just go back to the basics again, and then, because sometimes if you go and you there's a V in the road, and you've taken the wrong turn, things are not working out. Come back to where things was still working well, and then continue maybe in a different path. So because live streaming was never part of my original plan. Never. I mean,
I was never going to write patterns because I didn't know how to. I was never going to live stream. Actually, there's quite a lot I was never going to do. All I literally wanted to do was show people what I'd made. And go, isn't it nice?
Yeah, pretty much.
I would say my family, and they'd roll their eyes. Yep. But at least on YouTube, there would always be someone that goes, oh, where'd you find that pattern?
Yes.
And there was the conversation there. Okay. And that's what I loved. But and what I still do love, which is why I still show off patterns that I made way back when, which is the new tried and tested set.
Yes.
So I'm working my way through all of my makes that I've got here.
Yeah.
So that I can reshow patterns. So they're all in one place.
I love that you've got that tried and tested, let's call it a product. That's Poppy's. She thought of that. I want to say a product, unless you can tell me another name. But that is like, that's your product and you came up with it. Someone else can now say, oh, I like this. Maybe I'd like to do this on my channel. But originally, you came up with it. It's your vision. You know why you're doing every video like that. And it's there will be people who really appreciate it. There'll be people who not interested, maybe more interested in something else. That's why you give a variety of certain content. That's what I mean. I made playlists before I had videos for the playlists, because I had a vision of what kind of content I'll have on my channel. And if in time, those playlists will be populated as time goes on. So, so I love that.
I've got
try to test it.
Yeah, well, that's great. But let me jump in real quick. There's a couple of good comments. I'm going to have to jump over some of these because we're running out of time soon.
It's okay.
But we'll keep going a little bit.
To run on a little while if you need.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so Darcia said she doesn't have time to knit or crochet or sew, but she tries to squeeze it in: cleaning, cooking, grocery shopping, laundry, granddaughter, and husband. She's got a lot going on. And then
you know how I say about batch cooking?
Yes.
Sorry, batch filming. Doing the same with cooking.
Batch cooking. That's great.
Batch chores.
Yes. And Dinky Jen has an ad blocker on her PC. Is that what it says? Yes.
Yeah.
And then, so she knows, but she gets ads on her phone. Okay. And then Nancy said she was close to being. I know. So Nancy said she was close to being monetized, and I did enjoy your videos, by the way. But she wasn't able. She wouldn't be able to maintain. Yeah, it's and that's the thing that I don't think people understand is that yes, you can get to the monetization, but how do you maintain it? That is the question. You know.
But Nancy. But Nancy, look, Nancy's life took a different turn because she is now. It was one grandbaby after another, and that is so much more important than YouTube. Real life is so much more important than YouTube, and she's thoroughly enjoying those grandbabies. When they are a little bit bigger and she's got more time on her hands, she might turn to this channel and give it more attention. But you know, real life still is more important than YouTube.
Yes,
I mean,
and then
because it's here in your face.
No, absolutely. And that's the one thing I think a lot of people don't understand. They don't understand that. Like there's more.
Don't get me wrong. I went through a phase of basically Monday through Friday. I was sitting in the desk downstairs when it was downstairs, trying to constantly make content. Okay, the majority of that long time was when I was doing the corner to corner. Some of those those blankets might take someone, say, 30 hours to make.
Yes.
Then for me, I had to do the filming on top and the editing on top and the this and the that and the other. All of a sudden, for one blanket, that goes from 30 hours to about 110. And I'm sitting there going, I don't like this pattern anymore. I don't want to do it. I want to follow it back. But I've already shown you lot. So it's like, have to do.
Yeah.
So I learned do the tutorials and everything first, and then show people. So that if I did get bored with an item, I didn't have to bother.
Okay. Now let's see. So Bonnie needs hours. So check out Bonnie's.
I'm writing you down, Bonnie. Writing you down, Bonnie.
Bonnie's got knits and more. Yep. And so, you know, Bonnie, I would say if you want to get some hours, try the live stream.
Even if it's once a month.
Yeah.
There are some creators out there that don't actually put their face on camera. They'll sit there and do like Ursula does, where she sits and does her crochet with me video, but they'll be sitting on their live crocheting. I've done it. My last live was me frogging back a project.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm sitting here at this table anyway.
Right.
Some people like frogging, didn't they? So I was like, I sat there and frogged throughout the live, but I was still chatting with everybody in the chat.
Yeah. So I'll give you an example. So I did a live stream with somebody, and we streamed it to each other's channels, and it was 56 minutes. And I want to say I got 18 hours of watch time.
That's
for
good.
56 minutes of work.
18. Yeah.
So
you have more than 10 people in.
No, not today. This was a small live stream. I think there might have been 10 people.
I was going to say,
and I had 18 hours of watch time for 56 minutes, under an hour.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
So that people can play catch up, and it accumulates more hours that way as well.
But you accumulate more hours when you do the live streams and the premieres, by the way. So if
premieres.
if you put them, so you guys, if you don't know what a premiere is, you upload a regular video, but you schedule it as a premiere, and then what happens is it's sort of a live stream without having a live stream. Like you're not in there, like you're in the chat room, but you're chatting with everybody.
So basically,
it's confusing because it looked the first premiere I watched, I'm like, is this now a live or isn't it? Because it's got chat on the side like a live stream.
It's a live stream. Live. It's live.
But it's confusing in the beginning.
When I did it, I was using my dyeing videos. So I was pre-recording my dyeing videos, editing them so they all worked well.
Yeah.
And then they were premiered, so they were put up on the channel, and anybody that was available at that time would come in and watch them. So it was like a live.
Yeah.
But I didn't have to talk.
You don't have to talk. That's the beauty.
Be on camera.
You just do this.
I was just typing. Which was brilliant because, of course, I knew what was going to come up. So I knew how many minutes I had.
Yes.
Until I reviewed showed everybody what the young colours were like dried. And then, of course, I knew where the end was going to be.
Yes.
So I had enough time to type what I needed to in the chat for the next section to come up and things like that. And it also meant that I could answer any questions as the video was going along, which meant that for me and my brain cell, it worked beautifully, because if someone had a question on a section, they were asking me within 7 seconds.
Right.
I'd get that question about something that happened 7 seconds ago. So I still remembered it. And then I could respond. And then 14 seconds later, we're both happy.
Yes. No, and that's great. Yeah. I'm going to jump ahead real quick. So, so she spins is saying burnout. Let's talk about that real quick. Burnout is more or less psychological fatigue, and you give up on what is making you mentally tired. And that's what you should do, really. That's when you pivot. If you're feeling that way, it's time to pivot to something else.
Go a different way,
Go a different way. That's it. It's really simple. You know what I mean? Let's see. So Jane's saying, let's look at this one. She said, as someone that had a meltdown, here you go. It's important to separate yourself from the pixels. Yes. It is important to remind yourself why you opened your channel. Yes. And what is your goal? Keep an eye on that ball. There you go. Beautifully put, Jane. Thank you. Sorry about the ads. We'll fix that. After this.
Not today. It'll be next time.
Next time. Yes. Nancy has her Facebook group. She puts her makes in there. Yep. Oh, makes. There we go. That's the one. We have Nancy Glover. Good to see you. She's saying hi. And I hope you had a good Monday. Oh, so glad. Oh, you could use the chart. Thank you so much from Michaels. Yeah. So she sent me the chart. So Michaels has a chart that has how many yards you need for a particular project of what weight.
Oh, okay.
And it's beautiful. So I'll send you a copy. Anyway, I had a picture of it on my phone, and I guess when I changed phones the last time, it got deleted somewhere along the way. But it's beautiful because it tells you like a sweater, a blanket, a throw, a baby blanket. Like it breaks it all down. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So anyway, so there's that, and then Maritza's here, and then Joy listens to music, and I do too. Yes, yeah, Willing Around with Joy. Yeah. And 8-track. It reminds her of 8-track with the ads. That's hilarious. Oh, and
it reminds me of listening to the radio when you're trying to record on your old tapes. Yeah.
Yes.
That was the same thing, wasn't it?
Yes.
The moment.
And then see, Nancy said she found crochet groups. And I would say, yes, if you can find crochet groups or knit groups, boom.
Outside
like
real life.
Outside,
we're
life.
talking real life crochet groups. People you can touch.
People. Yes.
Yeah, I have one, and it happened that I was doing my lives on a Tuesday, and once a month we'd meet up on a Tuesday evening.
Yes, there you go.
I was like, oh, what am I meant to do?
Yes.
Move it to a different day. And then I was like, I can't find that time slot where there's somebody that I don't want to watch on.
Yes. So I'm going to address this, Bonnie. So Bonnie, So what the new monetization? Well, I'll show you the old monetization. The old monetization was 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. The new monetization is 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. So it's one less 1,000 watch hours. And that's what now here's the thing. Under the old regime, you can get the AdSense or the ad money is added to it. But with the new monetization with the 500 and 3,000 watch hours, you don't get the ad money, but you get everything else. You get the super chats, super stickers, memberships.
Oh, okay. That explains a lot.
Yes. So there's a lot. Yes. So that's why being monetized at 500 is ding, 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 ding. It's great if you can make it happen. Not to push anybody into doing that, but I don't know if you see, like, there's a lot of newer YouTubers that are, doing really well. They're raking it in because of the super stickers and the memberships,
Yeah.
And that's because that's really.
So I love that they're raking it in.
I mean, it is. I mean, that's to me. See, to me,
that's so funny.
Yeah, but the ad money is so small anyway. Like it's almost like they're doing them a favor, not having to deal with the ad money, because they can just get memberships and super stickers.
Well, that's the thing. It was like my ad money on my channel. Here we go. This will either make you laugh or cringe.
Yes.
For me, I get just from ads alone about £3.60 a month.
Okay.
That's
now, how much is that in dollars, so that people will understand?
I don't know. I'd have to check it out.
Okay. Hi, Elaine. Passion for Yarn. Good to see you. And there's Noni May. Hey. Happy birthday.
Go away.
Happy belated. Miss Noni May. I missed it.
It's a bee.
Yes. Oh, you have a bee. Uh-oh, be careful.
I've kept this window closed because I don't want that bee in here.
I understand.
So he was waiting. He said, I'll wait for you, girl. I'm coming to visit.
I'm going to come visit.
Okay. So, are you ready for this? So for a month in dollars, I get £4.27. $4.27 at today's exchange rate.
That's
and I have to get 60 quid or $100 before they pay me out.
Yeah, and that's with everybody. Yeah, that's the way it works.
Yeah. So it's unless you get a lot of people watching your videos, watching your ads.
Yes.
You're not going to make a lot from the ads.
Right.
But then they take a massive chunk of that. YouTube do.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's the whole, caveat to this whole thing is, especially if you're very popular, you can get the memberships, you can get the super chat, super sticker. There was a person that I met years, like maybe in 2022, and we both got monetized about the same time. I think I got monetized maybe a month or two before this person. And I would go they had these live streams, and I went in there one time, and they got like $500 in super stickers, like the first like couple of times. And I was only in there for like 15 minutes. Yeah. So it was probably much, much more than that. But I remember going, oh my word, like $500? Like people just gave them all this money. It was crazy. And I said, well, then that's an income. You can do something with that. You know what I mean? And so that's what's possible, if you get to be very, very popular. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that that's what No,
I also said
you maintain that. I don't know.
I'm happy for it to slow feed.
Yes.
And as long as it helps cover the extra costs of the poppies, that's what my main goal was.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, that's one extreme example. You know what I mean? That's very extreme.
Oh, well, my example of how much I make. Yay.
But people were like, woo! You see that?
No, I'm not rich at all. Not when it comes to YouTube. No, I'm Christ.
Yes. Yeah,
that's
and then
that's why at the moment I'm not doing competitions, because I'm not earning a wage, so I'm living off of my husband's wage.
Yes.
My YouTube funds go on the poppies. So once I get past that, and I've got that covered, then I've got to start saving up again for postage outside of the UK, starting at about 20 quid.
Yes.
So
anyway, so Dinky Jen said she kind of does what I do. We do the same thing. She gets in the mood to record, and that's kind of what I do. If I'm not inspired, I can't just record. And I don't do a lot of tutorials. I don't do tutorials at this point. I have one actually that I've been working on so long, it's like ridiculous. I should probably just like throw it in the trash. But anyway, it's been
sitting, always revisit. It can always be.
It's been sitting in my phone like forever. But anyway, but yeah, I have to be in the mood to record something interesting, and that's kind of what I do also. And then she said, I thought about doing an Ursula and record me crocheting for half an hour, but I never know if someone's going to interrupt me. Well, yeah. So the only thing is, I mean, you can if you record it on a camera, you can just splice it. You know what I mean? But if you're trying to do it live, then it's hard. Yeah, that's hard.
I think I would have fun with it if I did that. I would have to do the recording downstairs with my fake table over my lap.
Yes,
and then so that people that come in to watch are counting how many times Lynn's head will come in and look up at the camera. It would just be literally like that, because every time I sit down to crochet, within 10 minutes that boy's there.
Yep.
And he wants to be let out, let back in, let out, let back in. So it wouldn't be a watch me crochet, it'd be watch out for Liam.
Now did they change it again, Bonnie? Because
no, as far as I know, the monetization that you're talking about, Kelly, is I don't want to say temporary, preliminary, but you only get full monetization at 4,000. They give you this sort of I don't know what the word is. I think what's her name? Yondal said it happened to her, and she called it temporary, not temporary, but something to that effect, which means you're not there yet, but we're going to start rewarding you. So until you get to the whole shebang.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So I know,
it's like when you first start a job, then you work and you go up past your preliminary. I can't say that word, but you do your 3 months probation.
Yes.
And then it moves on to the full whack if you manage to get it.
So maybe like, see, because I reached my 4,000 hours, that little screenshot on my page is no longer there. They took it away. So, but before I got to the 4,000, it was kind of like, you have 1,015, you have 2,000, you have 2,500, and then, but once you hit that 4,000, it goes away. So I have no idea. Like, I have to actually go back in my statistics and look and see.
It does go away, which is a pity.
Which is a pity. Yes.
You don't remember, because then if someone asks you, you're like,
yes,
wow, that was actually a month or 2 or 3 ago. I can't remember what it actually said.
I take screen grabs and write the date on them.
Yeah, that's a smart idea. And actually, if you guys have vidIQ or TubeBuddy, they send you little certificates that say, "Oh, you've gotten so and so and so and so." Yeah,
check your emails though, because I know that they give us a monthly roundup.
They do,
and normally on that it will tell you. It's like at the moment
I'm not very tech savvy.
Yeah.
So to make use of TubeBuddy, or what's the other one you mentioned?
Oh my gosh, vidIQ. vidIQ.
I haven't gotten it down how to do it.
Well, you don't have to. Well, Ursula, I think you're good. Like, I don't think you have to worry about it.
You've mastered it.
But if I was a newer YouTuber, I would be looking at that stuff.
Yeah, but also. I was just doing what is in my vision to do for my channel, and that's it. Whatever happens. Yes. If I heard I needed so many hours, okay, we can do this. But I'm really not good with the analytics. I must say.
Yeah, and then so Sheila makes a good point. Yeah, so Sheila said here, YouTube is a good accessory for a business. But it's too tough to become an income earner. Yeah, I mean, like one example, my husband watches this lady who does costuming, and she became monetized in like 8 months during the pandemic. So she started in the pandemic, and she went to fashion school, so she can sew like on a level that most of us can't. Costume designer, you know, and she's a little skinny thing and looks, so, you know, looks pretty decent. So she puts on these little outfits and it's cool, you know. But the thing that was interesting was she became monetized in 10 months, and I forget how many subscribers she has, you know, like her numbers are
beautiful,
you know, like huge. Yeah, huge. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so, but those are the special people, I call them. Call them the people that really have an unusual talent that people are really hungry for. You know what I mean? But if you're like a regular person, like myself, you know, it's harder to get to those, you know, those milestones, like unlike her. But it's interesting. But you know, and then like one day she put out a video, and I think it got 10,000 views within 4 or 5 hours. You know, which is like, it's serious. And she's not a celebrity at all. You know, I mean, she's just like a regular person, but she has this really unusual talent, and, you know, the whole thing, the whole package, like, you know. So anyway, so that's why it's kind of difficult for regular people to get there. But then Noni May saying, yeah, do it as a hobby. Yeah, and I think that's, yeah. I mean, that's what I think a lot of us do, like us regular people. It's more of a hobby, but it's good to get a little paycheck here and there, you know. And
yeah, so lucky.
Yes. Yeah, and definitely editing. You know, editing is a process. And the thing that I discovered is I actually like making videos because it's fun. You know.
Well, I've always been stuck in using this particular kit, this particular that, because my brain never works all the time. Well, I've been forced to change my editing software.
Yes.
And I thought, well, do you know what? If I'm forced to relearn it, I'm going to relearn it, and I'm going to have some fun.
Yeah, I think you should have fun.
Yeah, so I've got a couple of new videos that I'm part way through making. One is my Scrap the Dragon that I'm making from this book that's using scraps from different projects I've made.
Yes.
And when he comes out, that video is actually going to be quite fun.
Yeah.
I've had fun doing it, and okay, others are going to look and go, oh, okay, she nicked that idea probably from TikTok. I don't watch TikTok.
I know, I don't either.
But yeah, it's just like, I've just had so much fun making this. And so, and normally when it comes to the editing side of making a video, I'm just like, I'm so over it. I don't want to hear my voice. I don't want to do this, and I don't want to do that. So I walk away and come back another day.
Yeah, and that's a good tip.
But with this one, it's like I'm sitting here rocking in my chair because I've got the scrap bits here. I know where what next bit I'm doing, and guess what I'm doing when we leave today? I'm playing with scrap if there's enough light.
Yes. Okay, so Jane. Okay, I'm gonna highlight this comment here because she put a few. So the whole thing is, yeah, you need to find your tribe. That is a good tip. You know, on YouTube. You have to find your people. Yeah, you have to find your peeps, as I say. And then yes,
Jane.
Yeah. So your vision was always to motivate the chronically ill. Yeah. So that's the vision, I think. You know what I mean? Wherever your heart is, I think that's going to show as like strong. It'll be strong. It'll be so strong. You know, because like I said, you know, this community is very, very tight knit, and maybe like Jane's saying that the crochet community hasn't been her thing, but you know, she's got to find her people, you know, and whatever that is, you know what I mean. Let's see what else. It's important for us to be our true self, and I think it shows. You know, it shows in your work. If you don't have any passion or you know, what have you.
That's the thing. Right back at the beginning, I controlled the craziness. I controlled me being crazy. So if you looked at one of my earlier ones, I'm very matter of fact, and it's as if I could have worked for a news outlet, like a news channel on the telly.
Yes,
that was how I was trying to look at it. There was no dropping in local phrases and sayings that not everybody's going to understand.
Right.
Trying to keep my English exactly perfect. Trying to keep my tone. Trying not to do the facial expressions that I naturally do when I'm talking.
Yes.
And I had a spoon up my. Yeah, you know the phrase, gang.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
literally. I was like a puppet. I was puppeting myself.
Wait, what's the thing about a spoon? What's that about a spoon?
A stick up your.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry, I didn't get that now.
Yeah, no,
so, but it's
fine.
good if you stick to English, because even in America, you have so much slang that, I mean, what do we do if we're not born there?
Yeah, but then,
no, it is
at the
true.
beginning, that was my thing. It was, I have to cut out all these little sayings that I've got. I have to do this and I have to do that. And then after spending hours editing and re-recording the same sections over and over again, I started to get bored. Ooh. And I started to go, do you know what? It's not worth it. And then one day I just went, why am I cutting my personality out?
Right.
Yep. Why am I cutting into myself so much? So now I'm going through that. I only cut out the naughty words.
Yes.
There are lots of them. But they're cut out.
Yes. Okay. Oh, hello,
and stuff like that. So, so you guys have seen the more natural me. And as far as I'm concerned, if I can do this during a live, why can't I do it on my normal standalone videos?
Yes. Okay.
So now that's what I'm doing.
Spoons and mental health care and yarn and resin and other stuff. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, yeah. So that's one of the channels. But yeah, good to see you, Kim G. And then she spins, no, don't say never. She says she may never get monetized, but you enjoy gardening and crafting when you have time. I do not edit for anyone. Yeah, so, okay. So, like I said,
then you're organic. That's what's called more organic content, when the less you edit. Which, I mean, there's a market for it.
Yeah.
There is.
So,
I must admit, don't get me wrong, I still edit my Sunday Whips, Bits and Chat. I get to the end, I know how my videos are laid out. I get to the end of the section I'm talking about, and then my brain shuts down for 10 minutes. You do not need to sit there and watch me being a dribbling zombie for 10 minutes while I try and re-engage my brain. So that bit gets cut out. And then I come back and I'm like, here's my next bit.
Yeah.
I mean, zombie again.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I can see both sides of the editing. You know, like not that I'm an expert on any of this stuff, but I made this video and it was basically, what's the difference between knit and crochet? Right?
Ooh, that's a tough subject.
It is. And I edited that probably 100, no, not 100, but maybe 50 to 80 times. Like I just, little cuts. I kept stumbling over words. There was like one or two words I kept stumbling over. And I was like, because it was the wrong word. And you don't want to put the wrong word out there and confuse people. And I said, man, that was a lot. No, of course, that was my first video. How dare I, do something so intense for the first one? I should have done something really simple. But anyway.
Okay. We need to change her name. I'm doing it crazy every day.
Yes. But I was kind of feeling that, like at the time that was in my heart. And I was like, let's talk about it, And anyway, so it was a hot mess, but I had to really, slice and dice it to make it look nice and smooth. And now that I did it, it's okay. Like it's not the best, but it's okay.
Well, that's the thing with me. Yep. I know I do a lot of vocal muck-ups.
Yes. Okay,
so I've found a really cool device, and it's called, you record your voice. You record what you were going to say. You separate the video where you need to get rid of that bit, put the video on silence, and then overlay your voiceover.
Yeah.
And now I learned how to do that. That has saved me so many hours of frogging.
Yes.
So many hours of having to re-record a section.
Right.
Yes, I must tell you, I only recently, probably a month ago, only learned how to put my video on silent, so that I can, when I do a watch me crochet for an hour, I can actually listen to something and not sit in silence.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
And that was like, yes, I can actually call my neighbor and say, you want some coffee? Come and sit and chat. And then when I look back at it, I'm like, I actually don't delete it. I put it on silent, put the music, and that's what I post. But the real video I keep, because I'm never going to get that time back with this 85-year-old and the stuff we talk about. And it's really interesting, but it's Afrikaans. It's all in Afrikaans. So here and there, there's a few English words, but I mean, and I actually thought about it. It would be interesting. Oh, I don't know if it would be interesting, but it's interesting things we discuss. and it might even be interesting for someone to sit and listen to people, because that's my Watch Me Crochet is not aimed at people who crochet. It's aimed at people. It's for the ASMR community, and those people usually are people who had an aunt or a grandma who used to crochet and they miss them, and they want that vibe. So that's what they want. So that's why there's only a little bit of music, and you know, I mean, I say put it on mute if it doesn't, but it's there to bring back that memory of this person that they love that also used to sit and crochet. So it's the same thing. Like people listen to trains, whatever, it brings back those memories. So
absolutely.
I could see that video that you were talking about with your neighbor chatting. I could see that as being quite a nice historical.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Yeah, I keep it because I'm like,
yep.
Yeah.
So
it does depend though on what you guys were talking about.
Right.
No, but we were talking about everyday stuff, but it's just, you know, people sometimes find everyday stuff very interesting.
Yes.
Because he is 85, I'm 54, so we've got about 31 years difference between us, and we're discussing just life, things that anybody would discuss. But it's nice to listen. When you sit on the train or wherever, do you not listen to other people's conversations?
I like
That's
to
what
talk
it's like.
I like to talk to the older
literally
community
listen to that
when I'm on a bus or something. I've always done it, even since I was little. I've always spoken to the older person on the bus.
Yes.
I sort of go, "Oh, what job did you do, or do you do?" And it would open up the conversation, and then they'd start telling me, "Oh, you remind me of your grandkids," and I'd be like, "Oh, okay, so tell me a bit about them," and things like that. That's something I'd always done, even since I was little.
Right.
So of course, when I went into working in care and I worked with older generations at the beginning, I used to sit in their rooms and they would tell me their life histories.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And some of the stuff they got up to, crikey.
Yes.
The stories were hilarious.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. Like I actually I have an old friend who's, you know, in their 90s, and I recorded a couple of things that she did. I'm so sorry I missed I went to visit her the other day, and she told a couple of really good stories. I really want to get her on camera, but I can't. She just says I can record her voice, but I can't put her on camera. But oh my gosh, the stories are amazing. Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, I would have loved to have had my granddad sitting on camera telling me about what he got up to when he was a teenager and stuff like that.
Right.
I just didn't have the foresight to see it and to do it.
Yeah, that's
what now. He's been gone.
I actually did tape my grandmother when in her last years, when she was 95. She died when she was 95. And I used to, when I would miss her a lot, I would just play it because it would be a 15-minute thing. And she's not aware that I'm taping because I'm actually not putting it on her. I'm on my phone. She thinks I'm on my phone, but I'm actually recording. Say she's lying in bed. I'm recording. She's decently under the duvet and everything. So from her waist down and the window and the sun, but I get her voice in and that's sort of what you get in. And I would hear her talking or, and then, you know, someone, we had like 3 or 4 break-ins in, at one point within a couple of months. And that was stolen. You know, so it's like when people steal something that has pictures, it's got no value to them, but it's valuable to you.
Yes.
So,
I must admit, it's like on my private Facebook, I've got a couple of videos on there of my mum being daft with the children. What was it? One Christmas, we're sitting there, and was it Christmas? No, it was summer. They'd gone out picking cherries. So they'd gone picking cherries on a local tree. They'd asked the owner, he'd said, yes, take them, I've had enough of them. They'd come back, and next thing I know, my mum's sitting us all down, and we're all sitting around the dinner table. We'd had our dinner. She puts a bowl in the middle and says, that's for your pips, and you do it like this.
Oh, wow.
And smack the pip into the bowl.
Oh, wow.
I've got a 3-year-old. Okay, 3 and, was it 5? And an 8-year-old sitting there cracking up because Nanny spat. Now, Nanny normally says, no spitting, no this, no that.
Right.
Mum spits out the cherry. And I go, Mum, do not teach my daughters things like that. The two kids are like looking over and they're like, we'll just eat our ice cream. Yeah. Nanny's getting in trouble. Yep. So my mum's picking up more cherries. She's spitting more. And she's like, well, it's my house. If I want to spit cherries into the spittoon, I will.
Right.
Like, not the cherries, but the seed.
Yeah.
And it got so bad that my mum was laughing at herself doing this, that she's got tears streaming. Both the kids have got tears streaming. The camera's shaking because by this point I'm recording.
Yes.
And she only stopped when she went, are you recording me? And I went, yes. Behave yourself. She went, yes, Mum. Yes, hand. And that was it. And that was the end. It was my mum getting told off for the very first time.
Wow.
And I've still got that, and that comes up in my Facebook memories.
Yes.
So,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's something. Yes, that's something that comes up every now and then. I don't know if I ever got round to burning it onto a disc.
You should, or at least
I don't know if I did.
Yeah,
I have to go hunting for it now, and there's far too many years.
See if you can. So I want to interject, and maybe this is something we can talk about next week. So Jane, I don't want to not saying that I'm ignoring you, but I'm trying to keep this on a positive note. So I want to talk maybe next time about how to manage the bullying and the trolls and the people that don't like you. I don't know. We can talk about, I don't know if we have time for that today, but I think, yes. Okay. Yes.
I didn't see it. Prop.
Yes. So anyway, so I see, I see you, Jane, and I understand. And we could all probably tell some horror stories, about what has happened. Like, I've been bullied on YouTube by several people, actually. And so I'm trying to think.
I think we all have a story to tell when it comes to that.
Yeah. We all have.
If I give people 3 goes, if they're still doing the same behaviour, I block them.
Yeah. No, Jane.
That's what that button's there for.
Spend time with you in real life. Why would I spend time with you online?
Right. No, Jane. But here's the thing. I don't want to. How can I say this? I need some help. All I'm saying is I hear you, I see you, but I don't want to bring. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
No, I don't know. Say it like it is, and then we can.
No. I'm trying. I mean, I'm not saying that you're not positive, but I'm not saying that you're positive by bringing up this situation.
I don't know. I missed the comment. So
I missed it too.
Yeah. Well, she's explaining something that happened to her, and there's about seven or 8 text messages or chat messages.
Okay, I missed them.
In there. Yeah. So anyway, but she was bullied on YouTube, and it was the crochet community. I'm just going to say it because she put it in there. It's in there. Okay. So that's unfortunate. But like I said, I'm going to just say, I don't know. Yeah. See, that's the thing. I don't know if this is the right time because we could spend 4 hours.
Let me just say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say, in my experience,
yes,
to any new YouTuber that is extremely excited to meet all these people from all over the world that they may never meet in real life.
Yes.
So it is a very exciting. But, and I think most of us who are our age would know this, that the YouTube streets are the same as normal streets.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Exercise the same caution. Exercise the same judgment, the same rules you apply to your normal life to keep yourself sane, not attacked, not whatever. Apply that in YouTube, because don't think YouTube is different. Is actually what I'm saying. If you meet a colleague, say you go work somewhere, most times, my experience, if I go work somewhere, you walk into an office, it takes you a while to figure out the office politics. To figure out there's actually teams here. teams here. And these people don't like you mixing. If you're on their team, they don't like you mixing with that team or whatever. Now it's your decision to say, okay, I take part or I step back. So on my channel, for instance, I say my channel could just as well be named Switzerland, because anybody that can behave and has good manners and is kind to each other is welcome on my panel. I don't want to know who said what to who outside of my channel. So I don't want to get involved in it. I don't want people to tell me who to be friends with, who not to be friends with. Yeah. And I exercise that in my real life too. If I work at a company, I say, I'm here, I'm employed to do this job. I'm not employed, and my line manager is X. I report to X. I don't report to Y and Z, A and B and C. So this is the person I need to say, okay, tick, 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 she did her job. And then if you have a moral compass, you have a set of values, you have I'm a Christian, the Bible prescribes how I act, that's just me. Everybody has their own thing, what they believe. You are kind to people, whatever. You expect them to be the same to you, just like in real life. If they're not, there's the button. You have your own thing where you have your cut off, like Poppy said, like so many times, and then it's like, go. I have a lot of patience. Yes. So by the time I hit the block button, you've had probably months of, please don't do this, whatever. So yes, so everybody, but YouTube is just like real life, and be careful is what, even if my daughter wants to start a YouTube channel, I would say, be careful. YouTube is just like normal life. Exercise the same judgment.
My daughter said to me the other day about YouTube, I want to start a gaming YouTube. I said, can you game without swearing? She said, no. I said, don't bother then.
Then don't do it.
Don't do it. And she went, why? I said, because editing's going to be horrible. Beep, beep, beep.
Right. So anyway, so Jane, so I don't want you to think I'm picking on you or anything like that. All I'm saying is this is a topic I think we could spend another show talking about that for sure, and how to manage, because that's really
yeah.
The thing is, okay, so for me, the bullying that I've experienced, I don't bring it to my, but that is everyone's prerogative, whether you want to. I know Jane made a video. She got it off her chest. Now she feels, okay, I've said what I wanted to say. She was very calm, polite, said it in the right way. People could respond and move on. So she did it.
That's good.
Personally, I don't do that. I have other ways of dealing with it. I don't bring it to the channel. I don't want there to be any things like that. But people must do with their own channel what they want to do, because they are their channel's little dictator. Like Jehu Crochet, Reggie used to often say, this is my channel. I do what I want. I'm the dictator here. This is not a what do you call it? A democracy. This is
not a democracy.
What I say goes here. You know. And I mean, we used to laugh at her saying that, but it is the truth. Your channel is there for you to manage, and if people don't treat you right, you just hit that button and take the scissors out and cut that cord.
Yes,
I'm one for, if there is drama, I want both sides of the story, and I will sit back and I will get it from both timelines and all the rest of it to see where I sit. If I don't sit, if I sit in the middle, I sit in the middle. If I see something that's absolutely and utterly disgusting, you're gone. It's that simple. I had one that there was one channel that I used to see pop up on other people's lives. They would smoke, they would be dropping rude words. They were not a nice person, so I blocked them from my channel.
Right.
I'm like, that's it. You're somebody I clearly don't want to spend time with.
Yes.
Okay.
So anyway, so let me jump in real quick.
YouTube anymore,
so the only reason why I didn't want to highlight all those comments, because I'm trying to keep it positive. Even though, like you said it in the end.
Jane, you're not in trouble. You've given us something to chat about next time.
Something to chat about. So it's not a big deal. But I'm just trying to keep it. I'm just trying to keep it on the upswing.
You're on the positives.
and that's all. Yeah, because I feel like I may have been bringing it on the downspring. I'm going to be honest. Okay.
No, but we are talking about a difficult subject. So
yes, it's very difficult.
It's not about how to make friends. This is not a how to make friends video. It's a how do you deal with bullying?
How do you manage?
Well, we've gone over to this now, where we used to be talking about another topic. So we've digressed now to this. So I think that is, for instance, I was a transcriber in court cases for at least 7 years, right? And in that time, that is why I don't want to get involved in any drama in my channel, on the channel, because to me, that is not the platform to bring it to. And in my experience as a transcriber, sitting there, transcribing court cases, I tell you, it's the most interesting thing. There is my side, your side, and the truth. Amazingly, as it may seem, it is, once you sit in a court case and you hear everything, there is always more to it. And if I must now say, I'm going to cut Kelly out of my life, for instance, I'm just saying, Poppy has had a tiff with Kelly. Now Poppy says, you better choose me. Or if you're friends with Kelly, it's going to be then I'm not going to say, no. No, the answer will be, Poppy, if you want to be my friend, then you are my friend. Irrespective of who my friends are. I have my friends. We can meet aside from, so because if you've been in court that long and you see that there is her side, his side, and the truth, then you know that there are always more, and otherwise it is a kangaroo court. And I don't go for the kangaroo court. So because that's where people, it's like a vigilante thing. You take things in your own hands. So so just these, like, I just stay out of it.
That's a red flag to me itself. Normally, if someone says it's me or them, that's a red flag.
That's definitely a red. Yes, I agree.
A case of, I will go and research. I will go and find out what I can from both parties or what's available to me, information available.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and I sort of do that unofficially also. I just sort of go, over here is this, over there is this. And I kind of go,
You can have an opinion, but you don't have to.
But I'm
not like a great judge, Judy. Sheila, you're so funny. Sheila's so funny.
We shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to play the "you're my friend," you're either my friend or the friend.
Yeah, we are mature women.
Mature enough. Then there's
who's had children. Some have grandchildren. We should be up there where, we live the example. So
we lift each other, don't drag each other down. We lift each other up.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. So anyway, good to see you, Isela. Thanks for coming in. So anyway, so like I said, all I want to do is sort of like talk about how we manage. And so Ursula, I think, makes a couple of good points. Let's see if I'm summarizing these correctly. So Ursula is saying, she leaves the drama off her channel. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I guess you guys.
Yeah, my channel is not the platform where I want it addressed.
Right. Exactly.
Because then it becomes, because if I do, say for instance, I have a tip with Kelly, and I now address it on my channel, Now, all and sundry who sees this will have their opinion. And they will voice their opinion, unlike a real court where the judge says only the prosecutor and the defense will speak. And then the witnesses will get a chance to speak whenever. It will be recorded. It will be looked at in an unbiased way. A decision will be reached, whatever. So that is not going to happen. In YouTube, if you have a channel and you put it out there, it's out for anybody to shoot at. So
that's right.
I am not doing that. That's not my thing. It's not my thing.
Yep.
Just for instance, we can easily use the Stephen West thing that we'll be discussing on Ursula's channel earlier on today as a prime example there of someone sees something, says something, and then everybody else has to either bend, yield, or correct.
Right.
I hope that sounded smart enough, Ursula.
Yes, fantastic.
Or should I say at least so that people can understand it? I went into a moment where I let my brain do the talking.
They will voice their opinions because people have the urge to voice their opinions, which they can do, especially if it is an open platform. That's why you as the content creator decide this is it will happen, or you will allow it on your channel, or you will not. And I will not.
Right. And same here. And that's all I'm trying to do, because I don't want to call out. I don't want to call out people on my channel.
I think I had one set of drama on a live once. I'm not naming the live because I don't remember. But someone came in who'd had a falling out with somebody else who was a friend of somebody else. And I just went, don't want to hear it, off my channel. We're here for crochet. And that's it. That's my thing. We're here for crochet.
I also had a situation where we were on the panel and there was drama in the chat. Now, I'm the hostess. So I had to say to the chat, please excuse me, I just need to address this little thing going on in the chat. Then I had to tell the two ladies that this is unacceptable. And then this one said, oh, but this one said this to me. I said, yes, that may be. But it will not be discussed here.
Right.
I'm not doubting or saying it wasn't said to you, but this is not where we discuss it.
Right.
They must either on their own channels sort it out or whatever, but not here, because now, for instance, that's now a prime example. Say, for instance, I take the one side. Oh, this one told me to do this to myself.
Yep.
Now I'm like, okay, so now we need to be impartial. You need to hear the other person's story.
Yeah,
that's right.
And they're going to bring up stuff. Now in a court, it works like this. Then there's cross-examination, because now she said, now this one said, now that one's defense will ask, did you mean this? So you see, it's a complicated thing, and I don't want. This is a fun place. Keep it fun. Keep it simple.
Yes.
Yeah. You know? And if someone told you to do that to yourself, maybe you should block them from your life, because they don't mean you good. So
that's right.
Take out your scissors and cut that line. You know, I don't need to cut it for you, but don't come here.
No. So I'll sum it up, and I'll just say, you know, like I said, I want people to feel free, you know, to discuss things, but I just want to sort of keep it on a positive note. But I will, you know, but I'm going to say, hey, you know, negative stuff does happen. And so really, like you say, you know, use that block. If you have to cut this.
But I don't, even, I can tell you what, even if someone did something wrong, I will not block immediately.
Right.
That's just me. I give a lot of time. If someone continuously come back after being corrected, after being asked nicely, they continue with this behavior, then I would say, okay, you know, months.
It might be time.
I actually give a lot of time, because I feel that someone may not know that they're acting wrong. They may not know that it's not. This is not the. Because it depends on where they used to hang out and what is acceptable to them. So now I need to tell them, you're coming to my house. In my house, this is acceptable only. So I give a lot of time, and I regularly check my troll jail to see if someone was accidentally, where I missed it, blocked, where I didn't block. So then I will, if I find a person there that I don't deem to be blocked, I will unblock them. So there's not a lot of people that is blocked besides trolls. So
that's the same here.
Yes. My main block list contains a group of individuals that are trying to get us to go onto certain adult websites.
Same here.
Years ago.
Yes.
I had loads of them come in. I used to love addressing them saying, contact me, I know better sites.
Yeah, oh wow.
I used to say to shut them up. Contact me, I know better sites. And they were like, oh, Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but let me just jump in here real quick. So everyone's saying hi. So oh yeah, yes. So Katrine saying she remembers a race to block the trolls on one of the live. Yep, a lot of people help out that way.
Yeah, you know what, train trolls? I've had train trolls come through my channel.
Yes, yeah.
Train trolls?
Yeah, like
just tons of them.
Train,
like
yes, like 60 at a time. Right?
Wow, that's a lot.
So they.
That's a lot.
So I say to my mods, you report, I block. Mm-hmm. You report, I block.
Okay.
Because that's if you report them enough, if you report them enough, YouTube will address it and block their IP address. But I block them from my channel so they can't come into my channel again. But if my crowd reports them, YouTube takes a look at their IP address, which is a problem for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, so like I said, I don't actually, you know, it's funny. I've not actually blocked anybody. I blocked one person, but in all this time, the people that actually bullied me, I have not blocked them. Which is very
interesting. No, it takes a long time for me to block someone. Yeah. And I
and I haven't blocked them. Yeah, but the whole point is, like I said, you know, I give people chances, and I try to not to prejudge people based on other people's behavior or perceptions of them. Yeah. So if you've crossed me, then you've done it yourself, honestly. Like I love everybody, and probably to a fault. I'm going to be, you know, being transparent here. And you know, and so if you and I have ever gotten into anything, you had to have done something really bad. Really bad.
Yeah. Because really I think, you know, friendships, you know what is, I want to tell you what is great about, on a positive note, let's talk about this as well. What I think is great about a friendship on YouTube as well is all friendship.
Yep.
I would say until they are tested, they are just acquaintances. A real friendship where you get closer to someone and they do something and you address it. If that person has integrity and character and depth and whatever, they will not be as easily offended. They will actually want to fix it and get to a point where, I'm sorry I did this. I really didn't mean it. Thanks for telling me. Now I know not to do this. You know, which is a mature response. That's what you expect from someone our age. And then move on. And then if something happens to them, you can also ask them, please don't do this. And all they have to say is, noted. That's it. Won't happen again. Thank you. Whatever. That's it. And so there are friendships that I have that I feel has been tested, and I love those people because it's like you now get to know them on a deeper level, and what you find is gold. And it's like, whoa, I can really celebrate having met this person because, wow, look at what I found here. Is someone who is not easily offended, who is a real genuine person, you know, and mature, because maturity is so attractive. To be someone who's mature, who can, I want to say, handle things see things in a mature way is fantastic. It's just such a blessing to other people. So I think that is, to me, that's been a big positive. You know, so that's why those who don't want to stay, you know, go. You don't like my videos, it's okay. Find your happy place. I wish the best for you. You know how? Okay, let me end this by this. Okay, I've got to go. But let me end this by this. You know, when I used to work full time, and I used to work with someone that I did not get along with, and there was no way that we were going to get along with. You know what? I mean, my Bible says, pray for your enemies. I would say, Lord, I pray that you will, that they will get a call with a job offer that they cannot refuse. With colleagues that love on them.
That love them.
Just not here.
There you go.
Somewhere else. And then miraculously it would happen. So that person is out of my life, but blessed. I don't wish them bad. I wish them blessed somewhere else. And it would happen like that. So
yes,
it's truth.
Well, thank you, Ursula. And listen, I'm going to say, Jane, you're good. Like, don't worry about it.
We love you, Jane. Don't
we love you, sweetheart.
You're good. Yeah, so don't worry. But I'm just saying, I'm just trying to
All
keep it up.
Good.
But maybe, like I said, maybe that's
brought up a good point. Though
we can talk about next time, maybe more in depth if
Jane
people
has brought up a good point. Though
yes.
sometimes, someone's meaning is lost in translation.
Oh, that could be.
Yes, the comment is lost in translation, so it's always good to give them a second or third chance.
Oh yeah,
that happened to me during a live late at night.
Yes,
I forgot whose live I was on. At this point, I was watching a live with some younger girls that were a bit more cheekier than most of us on YouTube. Okay, and so I used to. I was a bit more cheeky in my comments. It was implied, but they knew what I meant. Okay. And the idea was that I would make one of them laugh to the point where they're choking or something like that. It would just be silly. Okay. Well, I've jumped onto another person's live and put in one of those comments that I would normally have made. And because she'd known me for so long, what I'd written was not what would normally come from me. And because of that, I got blocked. I got trolled. They thought I was a troll. And they're going, "Oh my gosh, someone's
freaking out.
Someone's crashed and Poppy's YouTube. She's been trolled." And I'm sitting there and I'm typing in chat. No, it's me. It's me. I've been blocked. I couldn't do it.
Oh, okay.
I ended up having to get hold of that creator's information and say, "Look, darling, it is me."
Yes.
And I basically said a couple of comments. I repeated some things I'd said in the past on her lives that was me.
Yes.
And jumped a few extra hoops, which she didn't ask me to do, but I came out with stuff that pretty much anyone I would have known. So that she knew that was me, that was my email, that was my channel and all the rest of it. Because at that point she'd never had access to my email.
Right.
Because I didn't have it up on my YouTube. So sometimes it can be a mistake.
Yeah, it can be. Right. And so that's why you take your time. And so I just want to put this, I want to highlight, Bonnie said, see, there's a cancel culture in the US. Oh, yeah. You know, if you sneeze wrong, you're suddenly, persona non grata. And that's very, that's very unfortunate. And, it's okay to, you can agree to disagree. It's okay to disagree. You don't have to agree on everything.
Yes,
that's fine.
Yes.
That's fine. But
is moving its way over.
You just be polite about it. You be polite about it, and she's, talking about that. And I know chatting is hard, Jane. So I'm not giving you a hard time, but I just want to make sure that we're staying up here. That's all I'm doing. So yeah, reasonable minds can differ. That's what Catherine's saying. Let's see me read this. Can differ politely. There we go. I want to make sure that's in there. Yes. And hello to Crossover Paranormal. Good to see you, Jonathan. And then Catherine gave a good felting tip to Isela. Thank you so much. But anyway, like I said, I really want this to be a good forum to talk about really anything YouTube and the process. So I don't want people to run away and go, they're whatever. But anyway, okay, you have to go.
No, well, we were just discussing it and even giving tips. If someone who is younger looks at this, they must be able to go, okay, I've learned at least one or two tips that I will keep in mind. Go into a live stream, be friendly,
that it's happened to as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, we can help each other. And I guess that's really the bottom line. Like, all I want to do is say, hey, let's help each other out, because YouTube it takes a village, to run this YouTube channel. You need support, from your friends. Hopefully you found some people that love you and you love, and it really helps. It really does. It helps because it's not easy. I keep saying it's not easy.
My darling, hubby, car related stuffs.
So, well, thank you, Miss Poppy, for coming in, and I'll see you next week. Hopefully. Bye, honey. All right.
Okay, I also have to get off here in another 5 minutes. So
okay. Well, thank you so much. So anyway, so Catherine, thank you for the felting tips. So hopefully you saw that. I put that up on the screen so everybody. We said hi to the Samoan Watchman. Hang loose.
Yes.
Aloha. Yes, and everyone's saying hi, and so yeah, and listen, you guys, I'll tell you, English is my native language, and I know that there are nuances that non-native speakers don't necessarily see all the time. So I am very mindful of that, but I know that that's a huge thing. Oops, let me put this one here, and this is what Sheila's talking about. Cultural humor can be lost in translation and cause offense, and I worry that would never intentionally be offensive to anyone. Yes, and that's the whole thing. I mean, this is really what it comes down to. My husband always says, home training. How well did your parents teach you how to behave amongst people?
Yes.
Are you being intentionally kind, polite? Those things. Those are the things that we're always talking. My husband and I talk about this stuff all the time. But we tried to raise our kids, to be, good people, good-hearted, to do no harm. Those kind of things.
Fine.
And yes. So anyway, so that's really the evil plan of my channel, is to have fun with the crafting and to have good conversations, about YouTube and share any kind of experiences, that we all have. So that's really it today. So I really want to highlight. We have a couple of people. We have Creating with Tuck. Hello. She's saying hello. And we have Donia's Stroke Talk. Good to see you. I just want to make sure I say hi. I said hi to Crossover Paranormal. I said hi to Samoan Watchman. Make sure I got everybody. And if I missed you, it's not because there's no love. It's just me being trying to jump over. But anyway, so like I said, really, thank you all so much for coming. I just want to say, just take care of yourself, eat well, exercise, take breaks from social media, get offline, and live your real life off the computer. Because, as we see, there's a lot. This can be tough. YouTube can be really hard, on you.
Like real life.
Like real life.
It is just don't forget that it is a lot like real life. It's still real people behind their laptops, computers, screens. It's the same people out there that might not be safe in your streets, in the YouTube streets. That's all.
Yes.
But there are beautiful people out there too. Wonderful friends that you can have for many years to come.
Yes. Yes. So I hope you all can feel safe here. Hopefully this is a safe place for you to so thank you to the lurkers. Thank you to the replay people, whoever you are. I appreciate you all supporting the channel.
I did this in your life.
Yes.
I started this in the last 2 hours. So
wait, hold on. Can I make you big real quick? Your entrelac is looking good.
Well, you can solo me. I wouldn't like to be bigger than I am. Like this. Like I only need to do this little bit here, then I'm going to the next row. So I did this in your line.
Don't forget those.
Time we've been nice. I started with this. Yes. That's why I was counting the chains.
Yes. So anyway, but thank you so much for putting up with the ads, Darcia. I try.
I don't know why, but can I just tell you, on my laptop, even if I go on my old phone or my new phone, my image is very pixelated. And I don't know why. It's the same phone I use to be when I was on my live stream earlier today. Same phone.
Yes.
I mean, and I've last week I used my new phone to see if that wouldn't be less pixelated. Yes. I don't know why that is. So I'm so sorry to anybody who's looking at my pixelated pictures here. So
it's more interesting. It's more interesting. So anyway, this is the evil plan. Be kind to one another. And and that's, I'm hoping that this is a safe place for you guys. And in craft. So anyway, create, have fun, craft. We'll see you guys soon next week. And thank you so much. First, and Ursula, can you hang out for a second, and then we'll end and we'll say thank you again.
Yes. Okay.
So have a good one, you guys. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much.
Good night.